Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Racy.
Here.
Mayor Porter.
Here.
Or Mayor Pro Tem Porter, sorry.
Here.
Councilman Miller.
Present.
Councilman Webster.
Here.
Councilwoman Skiff.
Here.
Councilman Wagner.
Here.
Councilman Dowd.
Here.
You do have a quorum with all 7 members present. The first item on the agenda is the administration of oath of office, and this is for Councilman Kevin J. Dowd, and the oath will be given by Kathy Rockwell. Oh, if you'd like to come forward. So you're gonna hold this and then use this. Okay, raise your right hand. Thank you.
Comments?
I, Kevin Dowd,
I, Kevin Dowd,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Charter of the City of Wayne,
and the Charter of the City of Wayne,
and I will perform my duties as a council person of the City of Wayne
and I will perform my duties as a council person for the City of Wayne
until November 9th, 2020,
until November 9th, 2020,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Make it look like you're in it.
Hide down behind. He's big enough.
If you can't see, you can't be seen.
No.
You can't.
Okay, witness.
Put your phone. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, item 1 is to approve the agenda.
Move to approve without exception.
Support. All in favor?
There's one change.
Aye.
Aye.
Got a change?
No, I
No,
was going to.
I'm sorry. That's fine.
I was going to state that Councilman Miller, supported by Webster, made the motion.
Oh, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2 are city council minutes. Item 2A are the special meeting minutes of December 4th.
Move to approve without exception. Second.
All right, a motion by Miller, seconded by Dowd.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2B are the regular meeting minutes of December 4th, 2018.
Move to approve.
Support.
Right,
I have one small correction on there. Very small. On the last page, Rashida Tlaib's name is spelled wrong. Tlaib, Tlaib.
Tlaib, okay. Then I noticed that I had misspelled the mayor's name too, so we'll fix that too,
Thank you.
right? So these minutes will be approved as amended. And that was a motion by Webster, supported by Skiff.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And item 3 is the presentations. Item 3A is a presentation and introduction of Jody Woloch, the new library director.
Come on up. Podium. Hi, Jody.
Hi.
So you want to share it with us, what's going on? And welcome to Wayne, by the way.
Thank you, and it's really
We're
welcome
back.
back. So my name's Jody Wolek. I am the new director of the Wayne Library, and I feel awkward with my back to you, so hi. And
Go ahead and just
very-
speak, just speak to
Actually,
us.
speak into the
that sound would be on
microphone and then
Okay.
address here, and we've got the camera looking at.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
sorry. I was actually a children's librarian at the Wayne Library about 7 years ago, so I'm thrilled to be back in the Wayne community. And as I'm sure you all know, the library was just, we just passed a millage to help support the library. So I did bring some surveys. If you've not had the chance to fill these out yet, please do so. We want to make sure that we're being good stewards of the public's money and using that in the areas that it's going to make the most impact, be it increased hours, increased services, increased materials. So we are going to take these with a lot of importance, and we really encourage you to make your voice heard. And please come visit the library if you haven't recently and see what we've got going on, and come say hello.
Wonderful. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to have Jody come to the library. We really needed to have the library to take it to the next level, and I think she's going to be able to do that for us. So welcome, and we're looking forward to working with you.
Okay, item 4 is appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Item 4A is to approve the reappointment of Nelson Willis to the Wayne Housing Commission until February 2024.
Move to approve.
Support.
Right, that was a motion by Webster, supported by Miller.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Item 5 is communications and reports. Item 5A is a November 30th, 2018 revenue and expenditure report.
Wish your counsel.
Receive and file.
All right. We'll receive and file. Also, item 6 is general items for considerations. And I actually would like to wait for item 6A if that's possible, and 6B, we're waiting for Chief Masiak's wife to arrive. Okay. Okay. That's okay.
I would move to accept that
All right.
change in the agenda.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So we're going to go to item 6C. This is a performance resolution required by the Michigan Department of Transportation and authorizes Edmund Queen, Assistant DPW Director, and Michael Byton, Engineering Manager, to sign on behalf of the city.
Move to approve.
Support.
And this was a motion by Wagner, supported by Webster.
Does the council have any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 6D is to approve Budget Amendment 2019-4.
Move to approve.
Support.
This was a motion by Miller, supported by Webster.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is item 6E. This is to approve the transfer of Howe Road right-of-way from the city of Wayne to Wayne County.
Move to approve. Support.
This is a motion by Webster, supported by Wagner.
Questions?
Mayor Racy, is there someone here this evening that could probably explain this transaction for us a little bit clearer for the public as well as for the rest of the council, please?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We are in the process of combining the Wayne Westland School property and the community center property to then redivide it back into the Wayne Westland Community School property, the City of Wayne Rec Center, as we know it, as Hype, are being leased to Hype, and then Atwood Park is a separate portion. In that process, in order to be able to sell the community center to Hype or someone else that may be interested in that property, there is a deed restriction on the portion that we own currently, and that deed restriction needs to be released. It came from the previous owner, which is Wayne County, and they're willing to release that deed restriction for park use. But as they were looking at their records, they noticed that the property that we know as Wayne County, or Howe Road, which is a Wayne County road, was never formally deeded to them. Back in 1953, the Wayne County engineering records show the right-of-way being where we believed it to be all these years, but there was never never a formal transfer of property. So we're clearing up some paperwork to take care of that formal process for the right-of-way, and in turn, they're releasing the restriction on the park use for the property that we have, so we can then sell that community center again to Hype or somebody else that's interested.
Mayor Race, thank you, Mayor Racy, for acknowledging me. My only question is, and I don't have an issue with this at all. I'm just wanting to visually understand exactly where the compass footings are of this piece of the parcel as adjacent that we are now going to encompass with the Hype property. So it says that it's on the Howell Road side, on the west side of that property. Can you give us a little bit better description of exactly where this piece that is that we are now joining?
You bet. Commonly, right-of-way is acquired from owners of property on both sides of a road. On the west half of Howe Road, there's a subdivision there that was platted, I believe, in the 1930-ish timeframe. And so from the center line of Howe Road to the west, to the sidewalk to the west, that has been deeded and is the ownership of the county. From the center line of the road to the east, to the sidewalk to the east, actually across the sidewalk 1 foot to the east, is that portion that has not been formally transferred yet.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to be ensured that this is not limiting any parking for the park in the future.
This should not have any effect on that.
Wanted that clarified. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to ask if we could now move to item 6A. This is a general item for consideration. Item 6A, as amended, is to accept the retirement of Wayne Police Chief Alan Masiak. Do you need a motion in a second?
Council. I don't know if
Motion
that's
to
what-
approve the retirement of Chief Masiak with deep regret.
Support as well.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Right.
Chief, you want to address us?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor and members of City Council. Just so my wife's aware, we delayed the meeting a little bit so you can get here on time, so you could see this. But I appreciate all of this, letting me address council tonight and citizens of Wayne. I mean, as you know, tonight is my last City Council meeting, and I will be retiring this Friday, the 21st. I have accepted a position as the Chief of Police for the City of Northville, and I will begin that position on the 26th of December. So right now, I guess I wanted to take this time to first off thank a couple people. First, I want to thank the city's administration and all the department heads that I've worked with for the past 4 years. It's truly honored to be part of this team and working every day to help move the city forward. I appreciate everything that everybody's done. I also want to thank the mayor and members of City Council for your continued trust and faith in me as your police chief. And also your support has meant the world to me, and I greatly appreciate it. I also wanted to thank the citizens of Wayne for their support over the last 21 years. I've had the opportunity to meet so many great people in this great community, a lot of great memories, and I'm going to cherish those friendships for the rest of my life. And I greatly appreciate that. I also wanted to thank, on a personal note, really the greatest person I know and the most amazing person I know, and that's my wife June, who's sitting over here. She's been a great support for me throughout my 21 years. I could have done it without you. I love you very much. Thank you very much. So to close, I kind of wanted to end with this. It's truly been an honor and privilege to serve the city of Wayne, the citizens of Wayne for the past 21 years. You know, when I look back at my accomplishments, and you kind of look at your career and look at the good and the bad, there's really one thing that stands out. And I can tell you as chief, there's no greater privilege than to lead a group of men and women like the officers that have worked for me. These officers standing in the back of the room here, unbelievable. And when I look at myself as a chief and as a leader, you're only as good as the people that are working for you day in and day out. And we've had some tough times over the last 4 years. It's been tough, you know, extremely understaffed going out there and still getting it done. And I couldn't do it without each and every single one of you, so thank you. So at that, I just wanted to say thank you very much, and I'll see you around. Just be right up the road, so thank you.
Chief Masiak, we do have a presentation we'd like to do, and I know that the city has one, and I know that Wayne County Commissioner Haddis also does too, so. Would you like to do that?
Here first, or how do you want me to check?
Would you like to present this to him? Thank you. There you go. This is a plaque honoring all your years of service from the city. Thank you. Okay. And then I know that Wayne County Commissioner Haddis also had a presentation for us this evening on your behalf.
You know, coming here tonight, they have two different fields. One of them as a Wayne citizen. And I know how passionate you are in serving this community and working with your officer in the department. I see you grow up in the rank till you reach the top level. That because of your quality. And it's one thing the citizen of Wayne will always appreciate, the quality of our police department, not the size, but the quality. And you lead that with a great leadership. Therefore, in behalf of Wayne County, I'd like to present you with this resolution. It takes me a little bit less than an hour to read. So. I think it have the sweet history you have with our community. And I hope you hang it where you can see it and that remind you of us every time you look at it. Thank you for your service.
Okay, Chief, would you like to stand and have the guys and ladies come up for a group shot? Thank you. We should be covered. Two rows.
I think we're covered. Oh, yeah, they'll cover us.
We've never been safer right now. Thanks, guys.
That's true.
Blocking going on there. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Okay. There we go. There we, right a little bit, there you go. Perfect. We got everybody. There we go.
Thank you.
Nice up there.
Thank you. We'll resume at item 6B.
Wanted to mention, sorry. Yeah, Chief, I just want to thank you for everything again, and I noticed Chief Wright was here also, and Chief Jajewski in the audience, so I'm not sure if there's anybody else that I missed, but I noticed two chiefs that are Deputy Chief and Chief that came out of our department. I wanted to acknowledge that they were here tonight too, so thank you for being here, and thank you.
And item 6B is to approve the appointment of Wayne Police Department Lieutenant Ryan Strong to the position of acting police chief.
Move to approve.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And then we will resume the agenda at item 6F. This is to approve the sale of 4001 South Wayne Road, the former City of Wayne Building and Engineering Building, in the amount of $190,000.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, that was a motion by Wagner, supported by Miller.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is item 6G. This is to recess to a closed session to discuss an attorney's written legal opinion.
Make the motion to recess.
Support.
Need a roll call, or do you want?
This will be a roll call vote. This was a motion by Miller, supported by Porter, to recess to a closed session. The time is 8:25. And the roll call, the first to vote is Mayor Pro Tem Porter.
Yes.
Second to vote is Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Webster,
Yes.
Councilwoman Skiff,
Yes.
Councilman Wagner,
Yes.
and Councilman Dowden.
Yes.
And the final vote is Mayor Racy.
Yes.
This is a 7-0 unanimous roll call vote. Time is now 9:59, and we're reconvening the city council meeting. The next item on the agenda is item 7, administration reports.
Thank you. Through the chair. We had a couple of items that were requested at the last meeting, and I wanted to provide some updates. Mrs. Bunnick had asked if we could have another visioning session for the city at some point. I think it's a great idea. It's long overdue. I think they were very popular with the residents. I think it gets them engaged, and I think we have a lot of items that we could actually utilize to get the citizens involved again. So thank you, Mrs. Bunnick. I appreciate that. The library millage update, Mr. Bukovich asked if we could have one. This is not going to be available for a little bit. As we know that our new director just got in. We actually had a budget meeting today. So I would like to just give them a little bit of time to get the surveys in, because as Jody said, the surveys are very critical in making a lot of decisions with their budget. So if I could encourage anybody to get those surveys back to the library, that would be really helpful to them. They're asking you for your opinions. I think it'd be a really good idea to make sure even the council to offer them back on what you want to see with your library. Make sure you participate. Mrs. Bunnick also had a great idea on the certificates. We've been getting some feedback, and so the DPW is actually sending out those letters because they handle beautification. So Patty in the office and Ed have been working on getting those letters out to those individuals who have shared the Christmas spirit a little bit more. So thank you, yes, for those recommendations. You were on fire. That was great. City Hall will be closed tomorrow for 1 hour for a staff city potluck. We haven't done this in the past, but the reason that I asked for the council to allow that to happen is because in the past, we just started these potlucks a couple of years ago, and rotating the staff, unfortunately, the food gets cold, and the point is camaraderie. The point is to be across from one another, to talk to one another, spend time with each other. So I just want to thank the council for not pushing back on that. I do have it posted on the Facebook, and I also have it out on the front doors as well. So we do appreciate the everybody's understanding for that 1 hour tomorrow. So, and I know that it meant a lot to the staff, and they told me to please pass on their gratitude. So thank you. I just want to welcome Matt back.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you back at the helm.
Thank you.
It was tough. So I'm glad to have you back in City Hall. So I'm glad you're healing well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And if I may, through the chair, ask the city attorney if he has any reports.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody in advance. Just a couple ordinances that we're working on that we're hoping to bring in January. The vacant property ordinance, to have that firmed up for council to review. There are revisions to that. The amendment to the possession of marijuana ordinance, obviously with the new state law, there's going to be some amendments that we're going to be bringing before the council to revise that. And also we're going to be looking at the sidewalk ordinance. I think that was something that the former mayor and Mayor Rowe, and I think maybe Councilman Porter, I know there are a number of people that discussed maybe revising the sidewalk ordinance, so we're going to take a look at that in the near future as well. Thank you.
Okay. The next item are citizens' comments or requests on items not on the agenda. Citizens are to limit their comments or requests to 3 minutes. The city council asks that if you do have a question or concern, to bring it to the attention of the appropriate departments whenever possible. If you feel that the matter has not been resolved satisfactorily, you are encouraged to bring it to the attention of the city manager, and if still not resolved satisfactorily, to the mayor and the city council. The mayor, the city council, and the department heads may not respond to the questions at the meeting, but will respond by the next city council meeting or as soon as possible once they have looked into the matter.
Mr. Blackwell?
Good evening. The Declaration of Independence states that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Mayor and members of this council, I bring to your attention that I, along with many other people, have been blocked from commenting on the public City of Wayne Administration Facebook page. This social media page belongs to the people, Who is the person that controls or dictates which people are allowed to comment or censures the people? The answer, the city manager. I've spoken to the city manager in the past about this issue, and her reply was, "That's weird. I've had a lot of other people tell me the same thing." The city manager, who, by the way, took the very same solemn constitutional oath of office as all of you did. And by doing so, she entered into a contract with the people. The city manager has arbitrarily and capriciously taken it upon herself to selectively block those of us whom she entered a contract with from commenting on a page which belongs to the people. I am instructing you, my representatives, pursuant to the Michigan Constitution, Article 1, Section 3, instruct their representatives to direct the city manager to unblock all of the people so that we, the people, can comment on our page, and to direct the city manager to conduct herself in a constitutional manner. I will not, I repeat, I will not stand idly by or remain silent while attempts are being made to erode the sovereignty of the people, especially by someone who serves at the pleasure of and exclusively to my elected representatives. You are trustees of the public trust. You have specific duties to the members that you serve. He who does not object agrees. He who is silent is taken to agree. And I would like to remind council that it wasn't too long ago that the highest court of the land, the United States Supreme Court, ordered our president of this country to unblock everyone from his own Twitter page. That's what I'm getting at.
This is the 3-minute mark.
Thank you,
Please send your
Mayor,
comments.
Council.
Good afternoon, Bernadette Brock. Alfred asked me to pass on to everybody that the family of Against Narcotics are moving their public forum now to the Summit Park in Canton, starting January of 2019. They meet the first Monday of every month from 6:30 to 8:30. This is a connection for information, resources, and support for all addicts and family members who need those resources. It's the Northwest Wayne Public Forum, and I encourage all you council members to go and educate yourself of different resources to help our community. And being it's Christmas time, if you know someone who's addicted or a family member that lost somebody, reach out to them this holiday season, because it's really hard for the families to go through the season with a lost loved one or someone fighting addiction. Again, that's effective January of 2019. They will be holding all their meetings at the Summit in the Park in Canton. I did put some flyers out in the vestibule for our community members to reach out and have. And if you have any other questions, you can find them on Facebook. They have a website, familiesagainstnarcotics.org, and Northwest Wayne familiesagainstnarcotics.org. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, go ahead and move the agenda.
We'll move the agenda. Is item 8, items for the next agenda. And I do want to remind the council and the public that the meeting will be January 8th at 7 o'clock. So I think it's 7. And the first meeting on the 1st, we've canceled due to the New Year's holiday.
Mayor Racy, I would suggest on our next meeting that we have that discussion regarding a vision and a state of the city address that we can discuss about presenting to the community as to where we're at and where we plan to go in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I'd like to hold off on that. There's the holidays, no, people aren't gonna be in the office to even talk about.
I'm talking about, we can discuss this at the next January 8th, 2019 meeting to prepare us. Hopefully, maybe in February, we could put something together, or by early spring, certainly. Just to try to get the residents involved in the movement that this community is embarking on.
Yeah,
Not in
I
favor of
understand
that.
what you're saying, but I mean, I think that our first thing is to try to figure out, we're trying to hire a chief, and try to get some of those things before.
Well, we can just have that discussion. I'm not making any
Okay.
decisions, but certainly, discussions lead to
Of
decisions.
what we want to do in the future. Okay, I'm just, when you say February, I don't know that I want to do February yet, but we can have a conversation of what we want to do for it in the
Let's
future.
not say no, let's talk about it first.
I'm just saying, don't say a date. So,
Just trying to provide some sort of a criteria.
okay.
Is there anything else? Okay, we'll move the agenda to item 9. This is the consent calendar. There are 2 items before you.
Approve without exception.
Second.
Right, that was a motion by Porter, seconded by Wagner.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And then the final is the comments from members of the city council.
Councilman Webster.
Thank you. I had one of the employees approach me a little bit before the meeting and let me know that I guess City Hall received some letters from Santa today, and they just wanted to let whoever dropped them off know that they were indeed delivered to Santa. So he is in receipt of your wish list. Other than that, I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I'll see everybody in the new year.
Councilwoman Skiff.
Yes, I would just like to say, want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. And I want to just remind everybody, if you're out enjoying the holiday season and you need a ride home, please don't hesitate to call a friend. There's Uber, there's Lyft. Just be safe out there. And so we all can see you back in the new year on the 8th. Thank you.
Councilman Miller.
Thank you. First off, I wanted to wish our police chief well in his new endeavor. He will certainly be missed. He was certainly a tall, standing pillar in this community. Secondly, I also like to welcome Councilman Dowd back on board.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thirdly, I'd like to bring up the fact that if any of the residents are experiencing any discolored water in your home, it is potentially because the DPW is in the process of winterizing the fire hydrants. Also, I would like to call out what Mrs. Brock had indicated, that, suicide, one of the things that, during these holiday seasons, sometimes, people that do experience depression, it becomes a bubble and they feel trapped. And I hope that amongst the times of our getting together with our family, cheer and fun, that we also keep in mind and keep an eye on each other during this very time. Also, I would like to mention, been to a couple of events these past few weeks. Toys for Tots, very successful event we had at US 12 in providing some gifts for children and their families. And with that, I would just want to wish everybody a safe and Merry Christmas and a New Year, and be looking forward to seeing you all next year.
Councilman Dowd.
I just want to start with welcoming Mr. Miller back. Matt, welcome back. Hope you're in recovery. Great to see you. Secondly, I want to thank everybody for the support at the level of council, and also want to acknowledge the residents. Where I know that I'm not an elected body for you, certainly I am. I feel and I will strive to be a good representative of our neighborhood and our city. And I welcome any conversation on my phone, but please know that I do work during the day, so it will be after 5. And my email, I'd prefer to keep everything at the Wayne email. Any concerns or questions, certainly I can respond any evening. I'm available in any way. This capacity is for 2 years, and after that, it will be a matter of election. I think, other than that, I wanted to thank Kathy for being my person to install me. I really appreciate that. And from there, I wish everybody a happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Councilman Wagner.
I just want to congratulate Councilman Dowd for his second appointment to be up here, and just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll see you at the next meeting the next year.
Mayor Pro Tem Porter.
Thank you. I want to reiterate what the mayor said and welcome Jody back to Wayne as the director of the library. I know your job's not going to be easy. I'm on the library board, as you know, and I have an idea of what you're going through. So I want to look forward in the future and see the library as a destination spot in downtown. Not what it's been in the past few years, but a real destination spot. And I think you're the person to do the job. So welcome back. As I said, I made a motion to accept the chief's retirement with regret. I hate to see him go. I really like the chief. I think he did an outstanding job. I hate to see him going, but I wish him well in his future endeavors. I think he's got a good place he's going to. And with that being said, Lieutenant Strong, I know you'll do a good job as long as you're acting chief or whatever the future holds. So congratulations on that. And with that, I want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. Let's make it go hard next year.
Thank you. I too want to welcome Councilman Dowd back. And was that a 2020 announcement that you're running?
I cannot confirm nor deny that at this point.
And welcome back, Matt. Let's see. I wanted to pass on condolences to Councilwoman Skiff on the loss of her stepfather. I know you're going to back home or going to where your mom is over the holidays, so I just want to wish, on behalf of the city and the council, condolences on that. We had some really great things that happened in the last couple of weeks. We had the Goodfellows event, the Toys for Tots event, Mark Chevrolet doing stuff for Toys for Tots. We had an event at the Towers where Lenny Powell and a bunch of people served food for the residents over there. I know myself and Mayor Pro Tem Porter and Councilman Skiff went, and Mayor Pro Tem ate most of the pie, but it was a great event and really good. But I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and just be safe out there and celebrate appropriately. Thank you. Can I move the agenda?
Okay, this is a motion to adjourn at 10:19.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.